Feet, fight, finish. My 3-point way of coaching the pre-contact, contact and post-contact for the attacker. Step 1, we're starting with feet. And we want players to be a constant threat while we're attacking, and we don't want to give any cues to the defense of what we're planning on doing. So this is focused on a ball carrier who's going to go into contact, and so the first step is the feet. So we want to be constant moving, we want to be changing our point of attack just to keep doubt in that defensive mind. Various options to do this. There's the firstly foot movement, second there's a ball movement. We always want to keep that ball in 2 hands just so that they at least think that we could give our pass. If we receive the ball and instantly drop down, it's a cue that we're going to be entering the contact. So when we receive the ball, we want to stay in a semi-upright position, 2 hands on ball. We want to be moving, either attacking the space, or we can do the South African way where we attack the body so they can't get a strong shoulder on us. Moving that ball, footwork, and we only duck down when we're just before we're going into contact. So what this looks like in a very simple drill is we want the player to be coming in, ball in 2 hands, footwork, and at the very last second, right before contact, we're ducking down and driving through. So that's the first step, is the feet, is that movement. So if we have a look what that looks like, just the pre-movement, going in, boom, dropping down. Here we move into step number 2, the fight. And this is one of the most important things that players need to understand, is that once we're in the contact, we don't give up. We want to maintain that drive, that leg drive, to try and gain as many meters as we can. When we're coaching this, we want to make sure that our players stay square and that they just keep driving through with that leg drive as far through as they can. Good leg movement, move the ball, drop down late, drive, and push through. So that's the fight. Another way we can do this, we can get rid of the pads. So an important cue here is if we are going into contact, if there's just one defender, we want that ball in that outside arm. Same as though we're going to do an offload. If we're going into a gap, ball in double hands. So here we're just going to be practicing the fight. These two are going to try and keep him up. Patrick is going to try and drive through and eventually go to ground through the other side. Go. Not bad. So little improvements. We could have said to Patrick, get a bit lower. This is something that will happen in games. If we're entering that contact where we have very little chance of actually breaking through, we want to make sure our players are low enough that they can continue driving and not fall down, but also that they can't get held up. So we'll try that again. Come in. That's it. Now he's a bit lower. Drive through. Go. Drive. Beautiful. So we want to stay in that fight for as long as possible and try and gain as many meters as we can. Step number 3 is the finish. We need to get that really good ball presentation, and we're same as before, we're trying to gain every little half meter that we can. And so to finish, we're going to be landing on the ball. We're going to be scoring the try. Now, if you've seen any of the other presentation videos, you know about scoring the try. So we're just going to try that again. We're just going to have these 2 players just holding him, letting him go forward a little bit, and then they're going to let him go, and he's going to do that full presentation. So if we have a look at it in the position, you're going to let him fight for a meter and then let him through, down, score the try, presentation. And so this is another great warm-up drill. If you want to do pre-contact, just get them going through that movement, get them used to every time they're going into contact, that they're fighting, hips are square, they're in line, and they're just trying to gain as much time as possible. So a little tip during the fight is that we want players not just pushing, but they can really use their elbows, swing their body around, just to try and loosen that grip that players have on them so they can just keep going through, strong leg drive, and gain those extra meters. So check out one of these next videos if you want to see how I coach the presentation. Thanks for watching.